Hello and welcome back to Unfulfilled Podcast with Denise and Denise. This is our 2022 edition. Y'all ready to get into it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, today's episode is...
Do you believe all topics should be discussed with your partner? We have a special guest today, Big Cuz. How you doing, Big Cuz?
I'm doing great. How about you, ladies?
I'm doing fabulous.
Good. Yes. Welcome, to 2022, right? We've been rolling on this season 2, so let's keep it rolling. So, what do you think? Do you think that all topics should be discussed with your partner?
Well, that just depends on what it is. Is it a relatable topic to your partner? Is it something that they can understand, or is it something that they would dismiss, believing, I don't really understand, so it may not be that important? We always have to remember what's important to one may not always factor out to somebody else. Right. But that's cool. You got people that you can talk to with that. So
you're saying all topics shouldn't be discussed, then? That's what you're saying, basically, because it is according to what topic, right?
Yes, and if it's more something that can affect the relationship, by all means, we need to get into that, because it is something that can affect the relationship with you and your partner.
Okay. How you feel, Denise, on that?
I have to agree.
Okay.
I have to agree. I think it's just depend on what is suitable for a response of what the topic is. So just everything, like you said, shouldn't have to be discussed. Sometimes you should be trusting in your partner to make the right decision. And then later on, it might be a conversation, but of course, something happened in the moment. You might not have time to discuss it. So you just, go on the win with it. But I don't think every topic should have to be discussed with your mate in a relationship,
All right, I agree with both of y'all, and I think this is pretty simple. Yeah, you're right. Everything shouldn't be discussed, because when you're thinking about, we did say all topics. So when you think about that, no, all topics cannot be discussed, because it's just some things that is not needed to be said to the mate. I mean, it might be something that's dealing with just a conversation of women. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go home to my partner and tell him everything that I talked about with a woman, or something like that, because he probably cannot relate. I'm just being honest. Or I might not understand that feedback he's giving me. And then sometimes that causes conflict of interest too. When you do too much talking and you discuss something that's not really related to that person, and then they say something in their opinion, and then you might be on another, your mindset might be somewhere else, and it might interfere with the relationship with you two, because you're discussing something that you really didn't have to discuss. Just the same as my partner. I wouldn't want him coming in to me with something about him and his bros, Some things I just don't need to know. It's like, okay, cool, whatever it may be, unless it's dealing with us or it's affecting us, like Big Cuz said. If it's affecting us, yes, you need to talk to me. But if it's something that, hey, we did this or that, or I had to talk to my boy about this and stuff, because you don't want that conflict of interest. Because sometimes it's things that they might feel comfortable talking to their friend about, and then you might be like, but why you didn't talk to me then? So sometimes it's just easy to keep things simple. You talk to what you think they are okay with, and things, like I said, especially if it has nothing to do with you. Right. So that's just my opinion.
Now, just to make things interesting, I'm going to throw in something.
All right.
So a lot of times we'll talk, and if you talk to your partner, some things may not just be appropriate for your partner.
Right.
So when you say certain things, like I know with my partner in the past, I've told an offbeat joke that I thought was appropriate, and especially when it comes to sexual content, it's not always welcomed.
Right.
And I may tell that joke on that podcast. What the hell? Let's go ahead and tell it.
Tell it.
From a heterosexual man's standpoint, I look at it as, I've never had sex that was so bad that made me want to turn to somebody my gender. And I've never had sex so bad that said, man, I want the same sexual part that my woman has. So, and sometimes that will go off beat.
Right.
To
especially if it's not a conversation.
Oh, you mean so good? Did you mean
Yeah,
say
so good.
with the second part?
Yeah,
'cause
so
I was
good.
like,
Yeah.
So good that you wanted
The same
vagina.
sexual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, because the woman might be like, "What the hell you mean?
What
That ain't
you
something you
mean?
trying to say? Mine ain't that
Exactly.
good. You don't want no vagina?" No. But to be honest though, yeah, I get that one. But at the same token, yeah, that's kind of tacky and it ain't even worth saying, especially around females. But the guys might think it's a funny
Exactly.
topic, right? You know.
Exactly.
And I mean, and then sometimes too, like men, they do have a habit of saying vulgar words. Sometimes, you know, they use the bitch word, things like that. And they don't. Sometimes it's not. They don't try to be offensive, but that's just how they talk with among each other. Sometimes we say things that men don't like. We might use N word or this or that, or we might even say words that offend them too. And you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like us too. You know, when it comes down to us, sometimes guys, you know, get offended with what we say.
Well, we find funny.
Yeah, well, we find funny, you know. I ain't never had a D that big, you know. So we, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, ain't no nigga never gave me an orgasm.
Right.
Or, you know, or something, or hit the G spot. And you be like, well, I could have sworn I was hitting that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could have sworn I was hitting that. But you might, you know, woman, or then they be like, did you pretend that? Or something. So sometimes you do have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Or you might say some, you might. It's a lot of things you can say to make a person feel a certain way.
Exactly.
You know.
Now I would say that again. I don't feel like couples should have to discuss everything. But after you had a conversation with your friends and y'all might have settled the dust with what the situation is. Of course, you and your couple have pillow talk. So every now and then it is okay to get their opinion because they are the opposite sex. So it's okay to get their opinion of how they would have responded to the situation. So come off as a hypothetical conversation just to see if they can relate or help you look at it differently. So
can you give us an example?
Okay, girl talk. No, we might talk about a situation of what we go through as women when it comes to dating or different things like that. And so we didn't talk, had all the conversation. We can relate because we both are female, so we know how that goes. Then you talk to your significant other, mate, partner, whatever. They're going to have a whole different perspective of it because one, like he said, he's not attracted to the same sex that I'm attracted to. So if it's a certain situation, he might approach it differently from how I approached it because we're two different sexes. So at a time, like I said, after you had your girl talk, you go to him and be like, how would you act if you was in this situation?
And he's like, I don't know how.
Exactly.
I'm not a girl.
I'm not a girl, but he can give you a male standpoint of it, of how they would relate to it.
I definitely get that one because I do that a lot sometimes. Yeah. I have been known to do that as far as, conversate with the opposite sex and be like, hey, what you think? Like, shit, I don't know. Right. I ain't no girl.
And I'll throw one more wrench into this. Okay, so here it is. A lot of depends on what your partner is receptive to. Because sometimes we do make the mistake of thinking that we have to deal with a significant other or partner, whatever, with kid gloves just based on how we feel about them. But sometimes there isn't that issue. It's, there's nothing really off the table. But that's like a discretionary thing. It's like,
you go in
is this good? Sometimes you may want to test the waters based on what the topic is. And sometimes you like, nope, we taking this one, keeping this one completely outside the doors.
Yeah, but that's when it still boils down to it. When it's something especially that you think you should tell your partner or talk to your partner about, it's best to just go ahead and do it. Don't second guess yourself. Just do it. I mean, only thing you can do is get the reaction then. So even if you have to deal with it later, as far as, if it ain't nothing that's going to break you up or whatever, so if it's a hypothetical question or if it's something that you asking for permission to, hey, baby, I'm interested in doing something different. Say something, though, because then you at least know the truth for how she feels. Because if you sit up there and you pretend and you don't know, and then either you act on the action or you know, or she's, you know, she'd be like, why you ain't talk to me? Why you ain't tell me? So sometimes you just got to take the matters in our own hand and just go for it. All you can do is get a yay, no, or a hell no, you know, or whatever. Or I'm down for it too, boo. You know, whatever it may be, you know, depending on what the situation is. But if you're talking about something like I want to go buy a car or something, I want to do this, and I know we talking about, I think we talking about saving up for a home or something. You still got to come to the table. You just can't pull up with that Mercedes Benz in the front of y'all place and y'all doing things together.
Exactly.
You know,
I've done that before. I've done that before, you know. So, hey, I will say this much: one of those things, it just depends on the topic. If it's something that affects your partner, yeah, then some things need to be discussed. But if it's something that really doesn't affect one way or the other, but it's just introducing some kind of thing that's just like, I'm not your buddy. You know, I'm not your buddy in that
I think
fashion.
the only thing that be issue, I think, and, you know, of course, you know, this is an adult podcast, is usually it's about sex. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the mate, the biggest issue always sex, because somebody might be desiring something else and want more, or somebody might be, you know, or like for women, we go through things and we shut down sometimes. We don't respond to nothing. And so men do get twisted in the mindset of, I don't even want to say nothing to this person because, you know, I don't got time for this. So, yeah, that's what sometimes it can be, what he's saying. It be kind of cautious to, you know, you kind of like on, you know, you on eggshells and stuff like, should I say something or whatever? Like, babe, we ain't had, you know, I ain't got none in 3 weeks, you know. But dang, I ain't even want to be bothered with her, you know, and stuff like that. So, yeah. It is hard. It is hard sometimes to know when to react and when to talk or when to, but that's why you have to know your mate. That's why the conversations are good. But like I said again, all topics don't have to be laid on the table. Men are men. Men gonna talk about things. I don't want pillow talk with my dude to be saying, man, baby, you remember we was in the mall today? Like, yeah, did you see that chick ass? Oh, shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I might not want to hear that, but he could tell his dude, man, I seen this chick and her ass was, I ain't never seen an ass like that, man. I just want to sit my face in it, you know, whatever. But for us, we don't want to hear that shit. Like, right. We don't want to hear the response. Exactly. Because my ass ain't like that, so I want to hear that shit.
Moving on. Right.
But what we do as women is we try to prevent that from happening. I know I do. So what I do is shit, if I see something look good, a woman look good, I ain't gonna lie. We know what's pretty. We know what's out there. I be like, damn, look at that shit. Did you see that shit?
Like that
because you got 2 seconds to look. Because if you look too long, I'm going to knock you out.
But then again, for women, when it comes to that situation, we done already synced it in the distance. They just catching up. So they don't know how to get away with it because they got to wait till she up there in the face. We done already analyzed the whole thing.
Women are different. We, you know, my partner always called me a pecker checker. So that means I done got caught many times.
Pecker checker junior then, I guess.
Well, here's your problem with that is, a lot of times, and we don't want to get too much into any regular relationship thing, but as far as sometimes guys aren't even paying attention to what you're seeing.
That is true. That's true.
And sometimes we put ourselves in a position where we led them to look.
Yes, that's true.
That is true too.
That's why I say sometimes you just be like, damn, look at that.
So you might as well go ahead and just lead it anyway, like. You see that?
I'm gonna tell you like this. I know for a fact that, you know, yeah, that's true. Some they ain't looking, but 9 out of 10, if it's a pretty woman, a beautiful one with a nice shade, they are looking, or they have already looked at it. Whether we might catch it later too, and be thinking, and they be like, I already peeked that girl, you know, move on, because they sometimes they pretty good too. I never forget, and this the situation I had one time. I mean, I used to be trying to figure out why my partner kept going to this area all the time. Like, I gotta go check this out. Something's wrong. And I'm like, okay, you know. And then one time I was like, you know, I'm gonna go with you to see, because why they keep doing this? Why they keep messing up your money? Let's go together. We go together. And I mean, this lady ass was so big that it came around to the front. It just, I mean, she had a small waist. She was fine. I ain't gonna lie, her body was fine. I don't know about the face, but the body was banging. And I looked at it, I said, oh, I see why your shit fucked up all the time. You just trying to come and get a peek at that
Come
again.
here.
And it probably wasn't that, but it was just funny because we laughed about it and stuff and whatever, because it was serious about what he was talking, what he had. It was issues going on at that time, but it was just funny though. Because I was like, oh, I see what you were like, yeah, come on, keep fucking it up so I can keep going up there, man. Give me a nice glimpse for the morning.
But you see how you said y'all laugh about it, so that keeps balancing y'all relationship. At least we can joke about stuff. You
Yeah,
know,
some
and-
stuff
and
is not
move
that
on. It's
serious.
not that serious.
Yeah, exactly. Some stuff ain't that serious. I mean, we all are flirtatious. If you're not flirtatious, I mean, whether you looking at another sex or the same sex or whatever, we all have flirtatiousness in us. I'm sorry, lust is in our system. Period.
Yeah.
You're gonna look. You're gonna. I mean, my thing is, if you ain't touching, you fine. But you looking all day long.
All day.
You know. But it does happen.
Is that the thing that's one of those things you just ain't gonna discuss? Like you said earlier, like, man, everywhere I went, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah,
Really, you ain't going there.
Right.
You ain't going here. It's summertime. Let's go. It's sundress season.
Right.
No, you know, something like
Well,
that.
we be like that with a sweatpants.
Season.
But y'all right though. It's the same thing. You know, you ain't gonna tell us that, but you probably gonna be telling your boy that, man, I can't, man, you know
y'all
it's
got that group text.
Now.
exactly.
Now.
Exactly.
Since we do have women on the pad, I'm gonna ask the Denises a question.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Since y'all do the same thing and y'all have divulged it, the audience, you have heard it. Do y'all, when y'all see a certain thing, take a little snapshot and send it out?
No.
No.
I never have done that though. It'd be nice to do it.
No.
But I will tell you this, but I never did that though, but I have had guys send their stuff through my DMs and stuff before. Sometimes they don't even say, hi, what's your, who are you? They just send it to you. Like, if you interested, I guess you gonna respond back. And one time, I just laughed at one. One was so bad, I just laughed at him and told him, dude, that's embarrassing. Why did you send that picture to me?
No. What I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. Y'all out somewhere and you're like, damn, click and send it out to somebody you
But I
know.
need to start doing that. Thank you.
I mean, that might be helpful because they got the trend. They put the phone in the back pocket now to see how people respond to how they booty look, and they post it later. So I mean, that might be a challenge to see.
But I never done
no,
that. But also too, I think that's like if you're really, like going out and stuff like that. But for me, I have a visual.
But what I mean is, it's not nothing you particularly going after. It's just something that struck you and like, man, I gotta show.
No,
like,
I ain't never did
I be
that.
afraid I'm gonna get called. They be like, "Who the hell you taking a picture of?"
That's true, right? But no, I have had like you had in your DMs like this random number texting me their stuff, and I did send it to the girl chat because I'm like, y'all know them because they known for giving my number out. So I had to send that to the group message, but I've never just took a picture of somebody.
Yeah, usually, like I said, most women is a little different. Most women, I mean, I'm serious, you only have to do a whole lot. If you pretty and stuff, they just automatically be, they're attractive or whatever. They'll send you a request or something, whether you respond back. And like I said, some people don't even try to be your friend on that. They just send you pictures and stuff. Or they be talking about something, baby, you want to be a what is it called? A little sugar baby and stuff. I'm like, shit, I'm a damn sweetener now. Leave me alone. Exactly.
Now, like I said, it doesn't mean that it's something that you're into. It's just something.
I look at them though.
Yeah,
it's something like if you send somebody, you had to be there because you weren't there.
I look like a
No, but you asked us that. Do y'all do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Actually, to my partner, I was someplace near a walking track. And there was this person on the track just going through motions and stuff. And I was like, oh, I got to get this. And I sent it out to my partner. And like, what the fuck is this? But it was just something that was just funny.
So
but it's just
more so like funny. It's not just this girl is just dropping.
No, that would have went to the men trap.
Okay.
Let's say for guys, it's a little bit easier for y'all to do snaps too because y'all going most of the time y'all can looking at butts and stuff from the back and stuff pretty much. So y'all can do a quick snap. We be like, dude, can you lean that to the slide side,
And I'm
honey?
slow.
Hold on, can you exactly?
I'm slow.
Hey.
Yeah, so
Come on.
Can you wait a
I've
minute.
been got caught.
So-
Can you put that on your left leg right quick so I can get a good picture?
Yeah, I would have been got caught. So I would have been. No.
okay.
So look, different for us, but some women do it. You're right. It has, because I've seen, but most of them be little videos though. So maybe a video might work. I'm gonna try that the next time I go outside when Corona slows down.
Maybe get you a little.
See, but that's the thing. It doesn't have to be anything where you're up on a person. That's
Right,
creepy.
that's what I say, yeah.
You ain't trying to be creepy with this and do something.
It's creepy all over. You snapping a picture of something.
Exactly. They don't know
They
you're
don't
doing
know.
it.
And then
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
say it go viral. Now they want to know who the hell did this video.
See, but that's the thing. If you posting it now it's just weird. You know?
But eventually,
But we live in
somebody in the group chat might think that shit. Oh man, I gotta put this out there.
and
'Cause-
we're living in the world of social media.
And then
so-
everybody want hits and likes. So if it's something that's worth it, then they know that this could probably pull them up. That's what they gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's just be real when you talk about that type of world on the social media world. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's funny because that's what it just let us know that we're all not too far behind from being like each other. Women are just as nasty as men. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta stop acting like men are dirty. They ain't no good. Cause women the same way. We ain't no good neither. We dirty too sometimes. So hey, it is what it is. The thing is that who you choose to mate with is the battle, So, if you got two nasty people, it might work. You got two that's not both of us, good people, it might work. But if you got one that's balanced and a little different, it might not work because they might not be. Mindset might not be there. So then that's when the conversations might not work for that person, especially if you're talking about sexual conversation. It might not work for somebody who's just playing Jane. And then it might work for, and it might not work for the guy who's not like that.
What
Right.
is this? You get
See,
why
but
you send me this?
and see, this is the difference of what your conversation is to the next person. How are they receptive to it?
Exactly.
I just gave y'all a key to a little bit of guy behavior at times, but it's not every guy. It's just something
About
that
95.
is
It's like
been done.
some women. So I
You
mean,
know, but and with y'all seeing that, y'all was like, y'all thought differently than what we think. That's why some of this stuff does not get passed on because it's looked at as almost like malicious behavior at times, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be malicious. Let's just say that.
Right, okay.
Because I gotta say one thing, and the reason why I say that, because like for instance, we have an adult podcast, right? And we have a lot of male people who listen to the podcast, and we get a lot of feedback and stuff. And we get a lot of females too, but we got more male than we have female. And the thing is that that's because we can see a percentage, you guys. We can't tell who's watching, so please pass it along. Nobody's gonna know that you're looking.
Exactly.
So we just get a percentage rate of the genders and stuff like that. But the thing is that I have noticed a lot of males have to do it at certain times and different things because they say that they don't want their mate to know that they're listening to adult podcast or whatever, a female podcast. And so that's another thing. So these are the things that we think about. You can't you can't be free to do whatever you want to do because you're worried about the spouse or the mate or whatever. But then it's like, do you even have a conversation with that person to see if they even interested in listening to it with you? You know what I'm saying? Now, but you say you know that person. That's where that caution come in there. But you thinking you know what that person gonna say or feel.
Right.
But if you really, truly know that person, like I said, if that person is really a bland person, then you probably know I can't introduce that to that person.
Right.
And that's understandable. So yeah, we don't want you to stop listening. So we'll say, keep it to yourself.
Or listen in your car.
Or listen in your car when you're going to work. But the thing is that we just generally have good conversation. But yeah, people have been telling me, well, I can't, I can't do it. And I have to find time to listen to it, but I'm definitely check it out.
If they will take the time to probably listen to it together, then they will understand that it's just a platform to help people be comfortable with conversations generally.
Yeah, general conversations.
And feel okay to talk about it.
Right,
That's
exactly. Because I think most of the times we like I said, we are so worried about how a person feels and we trying to protect their feelings, but you hurt them more than you are, believe it or not, you hurt them more not talking to them than you do talking to them.
Exactly.
So like I said, because you can get over anything, it's just about, if you want to, it's your choice. But, if you don't have no conversation, you don't know where it went wrong there. At least try to get it at the beginning so you have an idea. Because like I said, women, like on the last episode, the last podcast we was talking about, and LJ has said that guys, they respond to us, they let us know They just do it differently from us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So when we do it, like, you know, we're more versatile. We talk, we say ours. They're invert. They don't talk. They just show. You know, so
Exactly.
we know our mate like that, and we know what we have to pay attention to. You know, so like you said, sometimes conversation just ain't good.
But back to the root of the conversation of should everything be discussed? Again, no, but enough should be discussed so that you can know what is on the table and what is off the table.
Right.
Because then, you, like we said before, you walking on eggshells to really understand your mate and what their likes and their dislikes might be. Like the other day, I'm having a conversation with somebody. They said that they don't open up to people.
Right.
So you don't open up to people, but you open up to me, which now helps me understand you, because nobody ever had a conversation with you enough for you to feel comfortable to open up to. So it's just like, it's a lot of stuff on the table.
Yeah, and I definitely agree, you know. But because you want to add anything else to this episode?
I think this has actually been good, because this is something that we need in order to come closer together.
Yes.
To be able to discuss.
Right.
But listeners, it's easy for us to talk, but what about you?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Are you having them conversations? Are are you putting all topics out on the table, or are you actually watching what's appropriate to talk to your mate about and what's not? And like I said, if it's not involving the partner, you don't have to feel like you're, lying to the partner or something because you didn't discuss. If I ask you how your day was, you don't have to tell me every detail. Well, at 8 o'clock I went here, at 9:30 I had lunch at 12. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't. It's you had a good day. You had a good day.
Yeah,
you had a long day. You had a long day.
I probably curse somebody out at
right,
12,
but
12:30.
And then if you decide, but if you didn't tell us the part at 2:30, but you told your boy, man, I had lunch with this chick. We just my work chick.
So
man, I didn't realize how she had on this dress today. Man, I was like, damn, because they just be real. We already know we don't even want to go to work details, because your workers, you work with them just as long as you be with your spouse. It look like sometime, or your mate.
That's how people get work husbands, work wives.
Exactly, work husband and work wives and stuff like that. So, and you might see something different, but that don't have to be wrong, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because as long as you ain't doing nothing wrong, I mean, yeah, your eyes might wander, but your eyes gonna wander all the time. Because we get, when we had our little employees and stuff, we looked at them too. Everybody looked.
You do.
You ain't touching this fine. Ain't nothing wrong with looking. Like I said, yes, I am a packer checker, so watch out, guys. No, just playing.
So, if you're listening, if there's any topics you would like to discuss with us or us to discuss, let us know. You can inbox us at Denise _ Denise with a 3 and not an E on Instagram. And do you have anything else to say?
Hey, it's 2022. We about to get it popping.
Until next time, this has been another episode of Unfulfilled with Denise and
Denise.
And our special guest, Because.
Thank you, ladies, for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
All right. As we say, deuces.